Fair warning. Hey YouTube, what you know good? He is the Reverend and we're back to interrupt your day with some fresh art goodness. So, what's going on today? Well, today we're drawing the very first character we actually see in the game Helltaker, Beelzebub. Oh yeah, this, if the thumbnail is anything to go by, this may bear some explaining. Polish animator and fan of sharply dressed demon girls, Łukasz Piskorz, and I don't know if I'm actually saying that name right, so let's just use his nom de plume, Van Ripper, is the creator of the puzzle game Helltaker, where you solve block-pushing puzzles and assemble a big ol' harem of demon girls. It makes sense when you play it. Kind of. Anyway, the game is short yet satisfying and definitely shows how big an impact one can make in such a short amount of time. Sometimes all it takes is some creativity, a little bit of planning, and a fetish that people really should know about, really need to know about. If you didn't like demons in suits, you probably started liking that idea after playing this game. Or after seeing all the fan art. There's a lot of fan art. So, and that since he clearly wanted that to happen, a lot of fan art of this kind of stuff going out there, a toast to you for what I think many people will refer to as a quote-unquote internet win. And while I'm tooting this guy's praises, I'm gonna also leave a link to Van Ripper's Twitter in the description down below. And if you haven't followed him yet, you should. He's a damn good artist. Real cool. As for the subject of this video, again, I'm drawing Beelzebub, the Great Fly. Or rather, Beelzebub when her gender is revealed in the secret ending. There are basically two endings in Helltaker, and I won't go into details as to how to obtain the secret one. If you hadn't done it yet, just launch Steam and go download and go through the game. It's free and it's not going to take you any longer than an hour. Okay, maybe 2 hours if you're not that good with puzzles. I mean, the reason I'm drawing the Queen Crimson is actually because of her fly demeanor and how she just reminds me, specifically the big reason why I'm drawing this, a picture of Beelzebub with some tea, and there's gonna be a different version, just two versions. Anyway, just the whole idea, it came from an idea from a Looney Tunes short that one of my favorite Looney Tunes cartoons, with a bunch of horror film icons while watching Daffy Duck sing. I think it was called Night of the Living Duck. It was Night of the Living Duck. He was having a dream where he was suddenly on stage and all these horror movie monsters and whatnot was there, including a royalty-free version of Godzilla. Anyway, it was like a nightclub setting, and right before he performs, we see all these movie monsters sitting at their tables near the stage. There's the Invisible Man, there's Dracula with two of his brides. But the one part that just cracks me up, and I'm not sure why. I think it's just the way it was animated, but it was the Fly. He was just constantly just plopping lumps of sugar into his drink while his head kind of twitched every now and again. And honestly, I can picture Beelzebub doing the same. Shoot, I actually might try making a GIF of that if I can. It's actually not a bad idea. I might do that. Anyway, the idea of this was to depict Beelzebub in two different ways with two different pics. Version 1, which you're seeing being made right now, and the first thing you'll see is showing her in a calm, confident, not too flamboyant manner. She can be kind of grandiose when she's introducing herself and everything. And version 2 shows her getting a little too excited for how much sugar is being put in that tea. Her words, demons love sugar. And based on the way another ancient demon reacts. I can totally see that. Anyway, the image I had in my mind was that somebody in the abyss with her essentially asks, "Would you like some tea?" And her answer, "Yes." "How many lumps of sugar?" they ask. "Yes." And yeah, for those who don't know what's going on, Beelzebub is technically imprisoned in what they call the abyss. And they never do say what the hell she could have done to deserve being banished for eternity in there, or however long it's gonna take for her to find a way to get out. But according to Justice, the awesome demon, the battle prior to Beelzebub's banishment was, in her words, epic. Shoot, thinking about that, I kind of want to draw Justice now. But I kind of want to draw Melina first. Oh, screw it. Honestly, I'm probably going to end up drawing the whole daggone cast in due time. Calling it now. But yeah, let me stop rambling for a minute and just get to the real question of the video. I was wondering about I was kind of wondering about what I want to talk about, or what kind of question I want to give you guys. And the whole idea about, being stuck in one place like the abyss gives me a perfect question to ask you guys. While I doubt Beelzebub is necessarily responsible for a certain pandemic in modern day, despite also being known as a queen of pestilence, she would know all too well about how boring it can be, just stuck in one location with no means of leaving anytime soon. While she's been stuck in the abyss for who knows how long, Beelzebub may have legitimately gone straight up insane from sheer boredom. Kind of like what happened to Shao Kahn at the end of Mortal Kombat Armageddon if he wins. Because he just ran out of things to conquer. Stop rambling. Stop that. Anyway, yeah, from just being stuck in one location, you gotta do something to pass the time. You gotta do something to keep yourself preoccupied, otherwise you probably will go insane from the boredom. Shoot, she made herself a damn castle from the very fabric of darkness just to pass the time. And considering the reactions of so many people on social media right now, I'm sure there are a lot of you out there, at least some of you, who has gone through some amount of quarantine, and maybe you felt that you too were about to go loco from being just cut off from the outside world for a little too long. Especially if you're one of those extroverts out there who really like being around people. And I can't really relate, since I'm technically what you call an essential worker. And if you couldn't tell by the way I talk about things, I'm very introverted. But because I can't relate, I'd like to know, if you've had to deal with lockdowns and quarantines, just what the hell have you guys had to do just to keep yourself sane? Like, what exactly do you guys do during times where you have to stay in your house? And I'm asking this assuming you're some of the responsible people who, actually adhere to protocol, not those people who ignore the warnings and might have caught or spread the you-know-what. You know who you are. Don't be so impatient. Stay home. The sooner you get with the program, the sooner this whole mess can blow over for everybody, and thus everybody, yourself included, can really get back to the swing of things. Stay home. But yeah, those who have been stuck at home, or maybe currently are stuck at home due to the rising cases, especially in the US. What have you guys all been doing to pass the time, just to stay sane and everything? I mean, what have you been up to? You catch up on your reading? Finish your Netflix queue? Pick up a new hobby? Anything? I mean, honestly, it can be really surprising what you can do when you have nothing but free time for a month or two. Granted, this assumes you're not worried about running out of money, in which case, don't be ashamed of that paranoia and that panic that you're going through. Pandemic or no, I'm still drowning in student debt, so I totally get it. Even though I am still working, I'm kind of in the same boat. Always broke. Always broke. It sucks. But yeah, that's the big question I had. You may not be stuck in an abyss, but you might be stuck at home. What have you guys had to do to pass the time? Or have you already gone insane? Maybe you have gone insane. Maybe this whole thing you're hearing is but an illusion. Maybe you are currently stuck in the abyss. Or maybe you don't exist. And I'm over here talking to myself in front of a microphone. Nah, that'd just be silly. But with that said, I think we're just gonna call it here. So, remember to check the links in the description for the final artwork, as well as a link to Von Ripper's Twitter. With that said, till next time, take it easy, memento mori, and I will catch you all in the next one. Kill the feed.